And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andy O.
I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're going to be bringing you our predictions and breakdowns for the main card of UFC Vegas 107. Sorry. So to give you the rundown, first we got coming up is going to be Zachary Reese against Dusko Todorovic. Then we got Ketlin Vieira against Macy Chiasson. Then we have Dustin Jacoby against Bruno Lopez, followed by Billy Goff against Ramiz Brahimaj. Then in the co-main event, we have Matthias Gamrot against Ludovic Klein. And eventing, we have Aaron Blanchfield against Macy Barber. So for the first fight, a real deal. Who do you got between Zachary Reese and Dusko Todorovic?
All right, man. So starting off with this fight here, man. First thing I gotta say is I've never been a big fan of Dusko Todorovic, man. I never really liked his fighting style. I feel like he fights kind of weird out there. He moves forward, leaves himself open. He gets punched a lot. I don't think his skill is very good. I don't think he's very good at much of anything really. He's his only wins in his last like five fights was Maki Pitolo by knockout, and then a win against Jordan Wright there. What is he? The Beverly Hills Ninja there.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, remember that guy?
I mean, these guys absolutely suck. And then he lost to Chidi Njokuani, who knocked him out with an elbow. I remember that was a pretty bad knockout. And then he got knocked out to Christian Leroy Duncan. Actually, it wasn't a knockout, it was a knee injury. He injured his knee in that fight. And also got knocked out by Mansour Abdul Malik by knockout. So,
No, actually, I got to stick up for him. I guess a bit here. He didn't he hurt his leg? Or no,
yeah,
that
that's
was
what I was saying. It was a knee injury against Christian Leroy Duncan.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. But while you're bringing up this guy's illustrious record and all of that here, I have to say that the Hollywood Ninja there, the Beverly Hills Ninja, Jordan Wright, I think he was the best guy he beat. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's that good. Uh, and again, out of his five losses, four of them have been by knockout. So we can see that Todorovic's chin is just absolutely finished. He's just not able to take those hard punches. Zachary Reese is a guy who is very well rounded. He's got five knockouts out of his eight wins, so he has the knockout power. He has two submissions. His ground game is good. He's very good at jiu-jitsu. Um, and I just feel like he's fought the better fighters. Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez, Jose Medina, Azamat Bakoyev. So I feel like he's fought the better fighters in his career as opposed to Dustin Todorovic. Also, Zachary Reese is going to be 3 inches taller. I know on here on Surdog it's saying 6'3" to 6'1", but on Topology it's 6'4" to 6'1". We'll see in the weigh-ins. But he also is going to have a 3-inch reach advantage there for Zachary Reese. I like Zachary Reese, man. I find that this guy is very aggressive when he goes out there. He's strong. He's got good grappling, good wrestling. His jiu-jitsu is good. He's got good, strong punches, hard punches. And he goes out there and tries to finish you, man. As you can see, out of his 8 wins there, 7 of them are 5 knockouts, 2 subs. So only 1 decision win. So I'm going to go with Zachary Reese to get the finish. I think he knocks out Dusko Todorovic or maybe gets a club and sub. I'm going to go KO or submission for Zachary Reese. I just think Dusko Todorovic sucks, man, to be honest, man.
I'd like to be able to pick Dusko here because the line is just really like it's too wide here, and not because I like Dusko or anything. I think he's pretty. He has his flaws also, but Zachary Reese, he hasn't really proven that much to me either. Like he does have that problem with these tallish guys there with the gin, holding your gin on your chin. That's what I noticed with Zachary Reese a little bit. I also don't like the fact that he's been knocked out twice also. Like you double his fights, you're going to have pretty much the same amount of fights as Dusko does, and he'll have gotten knocked out 4 times himself. But when it comes to Dusko against theoretically the best fighters he's fought, and he can't hold it together chin wise against them. So I think Zach Reese is capable of knocking him out too. Uh, what does he have going for him, Zach Reese here? I think he's better at takedowns than Dusko is. So if he wants to go there, he can. Reach advantage, I think you mentioned. He's going to have the height advantage too, and I think he's better defensively at stopping the takedowns. I don't know if Dusko's going to really go there, but yeah, I can't trust Dusko's chin. I find he's hittable. You know, he's really hittable, and I think I I want to say it's more Zach Reese's time here than Dusko, but they're the same age. But I don't know. I'm still going with Zach Reese by how by knockout or decision.
All right, so we're in agreement with Zach Reese. Also, that fight against Cody Brundage there, you remember that fight where he was trying to get that armbar and then, Cody lifted him up and slammed him on the ground and then knocked him out with that slam?
Yeah.
Just a pure flukish type of thing that happened.
Oh, but we love it when it does, though, eh?
Yeah,
Like,
but it'll probably never happen again. And
you know what? You know what'll never happen again, now that you mention that? In the fight right before that or right after that, the same type of knockout happened.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
This is something we're never going to see
on
again.
that card, yeah, in that same card, I remember that. But I just wanted to say that Zach Reese just got unlucky in that fight. He would have beat Cody Brundage if it wasn't for that. And also the fight against Azamat Bakoyev, he just got caught with the ground and pound. Azamat
Yeah.
Bakoyev is a beast, though. You know what I mean?
At the same time, like, come on, let go of his arm. Like, that's all he really could have done. Yeah, Bakoyev is a beast and all, but still, did two knockouts in 10 fights or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, he should win this fight.
Yeah, I see him beating Dusko. I think Dusko just is really not good. All right, let's get to the next fight here. All right, ladies going at it. We got Caitlin Vieira against Macy Chiasson. Now for this one here, man, I gotta go with Macy Chiasson in this one, man. I like Caitlin Vieira. I've always, I've backed her a lot, and I think she's pretty decent.
One of your girls.
But this is not a good fight for her, man, because Caitlin Vieira's style of fighting, where she likes to get you against the clinch and it gets you against the cage and clinch up, and then try to hit you with some knees and striking on the against the fence and try to use her bullying a bit, and then she tries to get her takedowns that way. But against Meshi Chiasson, who also likes to clinch, also likes to get against the cage, it's not going to be good for Caitlin. Not to mention also that we're looking at a 3-inch height advantage for Macy Chiasson here. We're looking at a significant 4-inch reach advantage for Macy Chiasson here as well. And Macy Chiasson has just been a dog lately, man. I just like the way she fights. She goes out there and fucking gives it, man. She goes out there and fights her heart out. She's got grit. She's got fucking... she's a dog when she fights, man. She goes out there and gives it her all. The last fight against Mary Bueno Silva, where she knocked her out. It was a doctor stoppage of that crazy cut. I think the cut came from an elbow or something crazy that Macy Chiasson did in that fight. I really like that aggressiveness of Chiasson. Also, the fight before that, she subbed Pani Kanzad, got her in a rear naked choke. So she has submissions. She's very well rounded. She lost to Irene Aldana, but in that fight, it was because of an up kick to the liver. I remember that fight where she was winning the fight.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I wasn't sure if she won that fight or lost that fight because something happened to her. Yeah, she up kicked her right in the liver.
Yeah, she was winning that fight and beating Irene Aldana, and got Irene Aldana on the ground. But when she was standing over Irene Aldana, Aldana did that kick from the ground, kicked her an up kick, landed very flukily and hit her in the liver, and then she just crumpled up and was knocked out because of that. So that was very unfortunate.
You don't see that every day.
Exactly. Macy Chiasson has also beaten Norma Dumont by split decision 3 years ago, but that's still a relevant, really good fight that she won there. And her only loss came to Raquel Pennington and that crazy liver kick. Now going over to Caitlin Vieira, we saw how Kayla Harrison manhandled her in that last fight. Unanimous decision. Kayla Harrison was dominating her the whole fight. took her down, manhandled her. The fight before that, she won against Pani Kanzad by unanimous decision. But there's some MMA math. Chiasson was able to sub Pani Kanzad, and Caitlin Vieira only won by decision. Also, Raquel Pennington won. She lost a split decision to Raquel Pennington, Caitlin Vieira, and beat Holly Holm by split decision, which was a fluke there, and Misha Tate by unanimous decision. So it's going to be a good fight, but I just think Macy Chiasson's got that height, reach advantage, that edge, a little bit more grit in her, and the style of fighting against the clinch is not going to help Caitlin Vieira. I think Macy's going to be able to piece her up on the feet, get her down at some point too, and maybe even get a submission. I'm going to go with I say she wins by. I'm going to say she wins by decision in this one. I know Caitlin Vieira is pretty tough. I don't think she's never been submitted, but she does have 3 decision losses and's been knocked out 1 time. I'll go knockout or decision for Macy Chiasson.
Yeah, these girls fight in very similar fashions. They're pretty much almost the same size. But I think in this case, Chiasson has more to prove. I guess you could say she probably she wants it more. You can't really say that for sure, but I don't know. Caitlin Vieira has been in there against quality opposition since 2017. Like, she's fought some OGs and she's been in some battles, man. She's faced the way better competition if you roll them up all together. But lately, yeah, she has always fought a good competition herself. And I think maybe she's going to hit her up with a couple more elbows, because I do think that's how she injured that other girl there, by cutting her up with a slicing elbow. Because given her frame and her stance, I think she should use those more, or get them into her attack a little more. Those elbows there, find a way to sneak those in there and slice her up, So yeah, give me Chiasson by decision, or throw in knockout, but probably decision here.
All right, so nice. We're in agreement with this one here. This should be a good fight for these women here, man. It should be a pretty close fight.
Yeah.
I just like the slight edge on Chiasson there. So we're in agreement with this one. Let's move on to the next fight. We got Dustin Jacoby against Bruno Lopez. For this one here, okay, so, man, this one here, man, I mean, Dustin Jacoby, man, this guy's been around for a while. He's got 20 wins, 9 losses. Those losses come from somewhere, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a mixed martial artist with a diverse fighting style. He's got striking and grappling. He's known for his power striking, particularly his knees to the head, his ability to grapple and control fights on the ground. Jacoby's a powerful striker, and his knees to the head is his signature move. So he likes to get those knees. He's also known for his ability to knock out opponents with his punches. He's proficient in grappling with a strong ground game. He's got good techniques like triangle chokes and controlling opponents on the ground. Bruno Lopez, though, is also very, very good. He's also a very good mixed martial artist who's known for his pressure fighting and the submission threat. He's got good submissions too, Bruno Lopez. He's very good at finishing fights with both striking and submissions, with arm triangle chokes, and that's one of his signature moves, is the arm triangle choke. And he's also known for pushing the pace and keeping opponents very on the defense. So it's going to be a good fight, this one. I think it's going to be very close here, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to pick here.
I'll tell you what'll make it easier. Take all of that ground game and stuff out of Jacoby's description there, because that's not what's going to be happening here. It's going to be Bruno.
The thing is that he's also getting up there in age, Dustin Jacoby, man. He's 37 years old. It's a tough one to call. I'm gonna go one last time with Dustin Jacoby here. I don't have the highest confidence in it. The only reason why I'm going with Dustin Jacoby is because he's a lot more experienced than Bruno Lopez. Bruno Lopez, he beat Magomed Gadzhassulov in his UFC debut by unanimous decision. But
good win.
He was in the LFA and the Contender Series and stuff, where he got knocked out by Brenson Ribeiro. Don't forget, in the Contender Series, that was a year and 8 months ago, where Brenson Ribeiro knocked him out with hammer fist and a straight right. And after that, he was in the LFA and fought some lower level fighters. And then, of course, Magomed Gadzhimov, where he beat him up there. But Justin Jacoby has fought obviously the better fighters. He just knocked out Vitor Petrino just 5 months ago. That was a good fight against Vitor Petrino. He knocked him out with a right cross there. And he's fought good guys like Dominic Reyes, Alonzo Menefield, Kennedy Nzechukwu, Azamat Mirzakhanov. So he's fought the best of the best, very good fighters, man. I'm going to go with Dustin Jacoby to win by knockout or decision, ever so slightly. I'm not super high confident in it.
Yeah, I'm going with Bruno Lopez here. Look, he can get takedowns. He has a ground game in his back pocket. I suggest using that against a guy who has none of that shit. And as you said, that arm triangle, man. In fact, that's what I'm going to predict here is that Bruno Lopez is going to rock Jacoby on the feet because he seems to leave himself open more than he did in the past, I find. Dustin Jacoby always seems to get rocked a little bit, whether he wins the fight or not. And then I think Bruno Lopez is going to hop on him and get that arm triangle sooner rather than later. Also, it's because he's getting up there, Jacoby, and he's damaged up, man. He's fought a lot of good guys, but he's also been damaged up a lot with those good guys. And like we said at the beginning of this fight, man, those losses come from somewhere. And I say Jacoby at this point, especially if he stays fighting the same level of competition, he's going to be like a win one, lose one type of fighter, if not a little worse than that. I like the fact that Bruno Lopez has less damage on him. And I'm also happy that he got that knockout loss against Brenson Ribeiro in the Contender Series, because it was sort of like a primer fight for a UFC. Some guys consider it almost like their first UFC fight. And often I think when you get that out of the way, as he did, you come back a little stronger, which he did, because he had wins after that. And now he's fighting Dustin Jacoby, who's asking for his 10th loss to come from somewhere. And not only that, his 10th loss will make him, career-wise, a win 2, lose 1 fighter. Bruno Lopez is 14-1. I'm going with Bruno Lopez to be 15-1, baby, after this triangle.
I'll tell you what, we'll talk about the betting on Friday, but yeah, Bruno Lopez is definitely a good dog there. So I'll tell you one thing, he'll be on my dog list, Bruno Lopez. But the pick is going to be Dustin Jacoby ever so slightly for me by knockout or decision. How do you think Bruno Lopez is going to win, Andio?
Yeah, I say he latches on a triangle choke, man, at some point. And if not, knockout.
So you're going by finish. All right, so we're in disagreement in this one here. All right, let's get to the next fight. We got Billy Goff against Ramiz Brahimaj in this one here.
I'm not going to be super long on this one here. Billy Goff was already scheduled to fight on this card, so his opponent pulled out, and we have Ramiz Brahimaj subbing for him. I'm never the highest on Ramiz Brahimaj. He's kind of like one-dimensional in the sense that he's going to go look for that sub. He has 10 subs on his career, only 1 knockout. And Billy Ray Goff, I think he's more well-rounded, that's for sure. I think he has more pep in his fighting style. And I think what he has to do is be patient on the feet, pick him apart, and the win will come. So give me either by knockout or decision.
All right, so yeah, man, this is a thing here. I'll tell you guys right now, as far as for the betting, and I told you guys a couple of weeks ago when in the last card to put the knockout or submission on for Gabe Green, and that came through. Even though I didn't pick Gabe Green to win, I still had a bet on Gabe Green by knockout submission. I'm saying put a bet on Ramiz Brahimaj by finish, KO or submission, or even just submission.
Just submission, I say.
And look for some value there. But the pick is going to be Billy Goff for me. And I'll tell you why. Billy Goff, he's like you said, first of all, Ramiz Brahimaj is coming in on short notice. But Billy Ray Goff, this guy's fighting style is both striking and grappling. He's known for his striking ability, particularly his power punches, but he also showed some very good grappling skills. He's got experience in wrestling. He describes himself as a striker, but he does always use wrestling in his game plan. So he does know how to wrestle, and he's very good as well at grappling. But the thing is, I don't want him to really wrestle and keep the fight too much on the ground, because that's where Ramiz Brahimaj could latch in a submission.
That's it.
I'd rather Billy Ray Goff keep this fight standing, keep it on the feet where he's got his knockout power. As you can see, out of his 9 wins, he's got 7 knockouts. He also has 2 decision wins there. So if he keeps this fight standing, I think he could beat Ramiz Brahimaj, either knock him out or win by decision. And all he has to do is just not get submitted by Ramiz Brahimaj. But like I said, guys, for betting purposes, you might want to put a sprinkle on the knockout submission prop for Ramiz Brahimaj, or just the submission. We'll see how much it's worth. Maybe it might be a pearl. We'll see on Friday. But the pick is going to be Billy Ray Goff by knockout or decision here. I just think that coming in on short notice, Ramiz, and being a one-dimensional fighter, if Ramiz can't get the takedowns on Billy Goff, and Billy Goff's got some good takedown defense, I think that he's going to be in some world of trouble, because Billy Goff can bang, man. He can.
I wouldn't even have Brahimaj a lot of confidence in him coming off a long time, whatever, a short notice, long notice, it wouldn't matter, you know what I mean?
All right, so we're in agreement with this one for Billy Ray Goff to get the win here. Let's move on up to the next fight. Next fight, we got Mateusz Gamrot against Ludovic Klein. This is going to be my dog of the week pick. I'm going with Ludovic Klein in this one here. I was going back and forth a lot on this one here, man. The problem I have with Mateusz Gamrot is that the guy is a very good grappler and wrestler. He gets takedowns. He's relentless at the grappling. But the problem is he has no power. He doesn't really finish anybody. He gets you on the ground but does nothing with it. Most of the time he just controls you, stays on top, doesn't really hit you with much ground and pound, and doesn't really finish guys. That's the problem I have with Gamrot. Other than that, the guy's a very good, well-rounded fighter, but his striking sucks, and he doesn't really have much power. Ludovic Klein is a beast. This guy's got knockout power. He also has submissions as well. He can grapple as well. He's not a slouch on the ground. And I just think the line is too wide. I think Ludovic Klein is a very game fighter here to win this one. I think that the line is too wide. I think that as a good dog play here for Ludovic Klein, I think he can get the win. Also, Gamrot's 4 years older. Ludovic Klein's 30 years old. Gamrot's 34. Also, I like the fact that the reach advantage is actually going to Ludovic Klein, despite the fact that Gamrot is 2 inches taller. Ludovic Klein's got those long arms. He's got a 2.5-inch reach advantage there. So I like that. Also, Gamrot's just looked really bad against Dan Hooker in that last fight. I know that it was a split decision, loss to Gamrot, but Dan Hooker, who's primarily a striker, also known a bit for his ground game a little bit, but he was able to beat Mateusz Gamrot in that fight as well. So, and before that, who did he beat Gamrot? A washed-up RDA, Rafael Dos Anjos. He beat him. He was washed up. He did knock out Rafael Fiziev, but that was a leg injury that happened to Rafael Fiziev. He got a leg injury in that fight, so he didn't really win that one. And also
the leg injury.
Yeah, and then he also got a split decision win over Jalen Turner, and Jalen Turner absolutely sucks. We saw how bad this guy looked in the last fight, Jalen Turner. And then he lost also to Beneil Dariush. So I don't think that Gamrot's that great. I think that the wins that he's gotten have been fluky. A washed-up RDA, fluky against Jalen Turner, fluky against Fiziev. Whereas Ludovic Klein has been out there busting people's asses. He beat Roosevelt Roberts by unanimous decision. He fucked him up. He beat Diego Moises. AJ Cunningham, he knocked him out. Ignacio Bahamondes, very good fighter. He beat him too by unanimous decision. So I like Ludovic Klein in this one, man. I think he's a very good dog. I'm going to take Ludovic Klein to win this one by decision.
Yeah, I think Gamrot's fought the better guys overall, especially when you consider going back to his KSW days here. Gamrot's 3 times he lost, they're all by decisions. Personally, I think 2 of those should have gone his way. He should only have 1 loss. I like Ludovic Klein. He's versatile. He can finish. but he doesn't have the greatest opponents on his resume, in my opinion. What I do think is going to happen, and I think everyone does, is that throughout this fight, at some points, Gamrot's going to grab him, drag him down, chain wrestle him down, get nice and low, and not give up on that leg because that's what he does very, very well. I expect him to win with control time, possibly get a sub here. Uh, a major reason I like Gamrot here, though, is he's very hard to put away. He doesn't get finished, you know. So I think
Yeah, that's why I called the decision win for Klein there, because I know that he doesn't get finished, Gamrot.
yeah. So I think it's gonna be very hard for Klein to be able to win this fight if he doesn't get the finish here, and if it goes to plan with the takedowns. Gimme Gamrot by decision or sub.
Wow. So we're in disagreement with this one. You see, man, I don't really pick that many dogs, but this is my dog of the week. I like Ludovic Klein. I've always liked this guy's fighting style. I like the way he fights. I think his power is there. He's got a really good liver kicks and kicks to the body. I think he can catch Gamrot with something pretty good when Gamrot tries to shoot for those takedowns. If Ludovic Klein can nail him in the body or knee him as he's coming down, I think he can fuck him up. And I think that if he fends off those takedowns from Gamrot, on the feet, Ludovic Klein is 10 times better on the feet than
I
Gamrot.
wouldn't go that far, but yeah, he's better.
All right, so we're in disagreement with this one here. Let's get to the main event of the evening. Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe. I like that we're at 73 subscribers. We need 2 more for 75. Let's go. All of you guys out there, smash that sub button if you haven't.
2 more for 75 and a few more for billions.
All right, so who you got here, Eddie, over in Blanchfield here with Macy Barber?
Okay, here I'm going with the dog Macy Barber on this one.
Ah,
Yeah, man, enough of this overhyping Erin Blanchfield. I thought we were through with that once she got stifled by Manon Fiorot. Look, her striking isn't bad. I think she will get Barber down here and there, but Barber will end up getting up. You know, there's getting up involved too, not only takedowns. And she also, what stuck out to me is that she absorbs a lot more strikes per minute than Macy Barber. We're talking double, more than double here. So I think Macy Barber's going to win this fight by the good old sprawl and brawl, baby. She has more power. Get those elbows up. I think she's a better striker. I think one of the keys to her victory here is she has to show aggression in the right spots. And I think she's more of a dog, man. I think she's more vicious. And let's not forget, she's on a 6-fight winning streak. In fact, she even has a better record than Macy Barber at 14-2. But I'm not too big on.
come on, 13-2, 14.
Yeah, MMA math, man. It shows me she's better. And and the thing is, she's the future, man, and that's why. So I think the odds are. It's just too enticing for me to pick Macy Barber. I've been really good at calling the main events this year, going back to last year too. Not to toot my own horn, but we do it with the dogs sometimes as well. So we're gonna go with Macy Barber here by decision or knockout because her punches and the accumulation of those punches, the way Blanchfield gets hit, she's going to be a lot more beaten up. You're going to see by the end of the fight, and she's just going to take a lot more damage. We're still talking about damage here, I hope. I hope, judges, because it's about damage, not useless takedowns. So give me the dog, give me the future, give me Barber.
Yeah, man, I got to go with Erin Blanchfield. The thing about Macy Barber, man, she's been how do you say this? She's been kind of groomed throughout the UFC, where she's been given like easy opponents to beat, and she's been groomed pretty much her whole career here in the UFC. Yes, she's good, man. I mean, she knows how to fight. But the thing is that if Andrea Lee was able to take down Macy Barber about 5 times, I think it was in that fight.
Your girl.
Erin Blanchfield, man, and Andrea Lee, I think is trash.
Is she still in the UFC?
And she took down Macy Barber. I don't know.
You don't know?
She took down Macy Barber 5 times in that fight. If she could take down Macy Barber 5 times, Erin Blanchfield is going to have a field day taking down Macy Barber and getting her on the ground the whole fight. This is also another thing. we've never seen Macy Barber go 5 rounds. We've seen Erin Blanchfield go 5 rounds.
Yeah, she got destroyed in that 5 round fight.
Listen, against the best of the best, Manon Fiorot, who we just saw fight Valentina Shevchenko, and that was a pretty good fight there. So, and before losing to Valentina Shevchenko, she was killing it. So, Erin Blanchfield is a very good fighter too. I mean, she just beat Thug Rose by unanimous decision in her last fight. And again, that loss to Fiorot, we can't really hate on her for that. She's been beating up people like Taylor Santos, Jessica Andrade. She actually subbed Jessica Andrade and also subbed Molly McCann with a Kimura. So Erin Blanchfield has some good submission skills. I think she's a better jiu-jitsu fighter than Macy Barber. She's got.
Oh, she subbed Molly McCann. So.
Yeah, but also Jessica Andrade she subbed as well. She's got good submission skills, man. Out of her 13 wins, she's got 4 subs and 7 decision wins. So she very good on the ground, very good submission skills, very good jiu-jitsu. She fights out of Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, so her jiu-jitsu's on point. And I just think that her ground game is slightly better than Macy Barber's ground game. So if Macy Barber can keep this fight standing, I agree with you, Andio. She has a chance to win. But if she can't keep the fight standing, she's in for a hell of a night, getting taken down over and over and over, and Erin Blanchfield will look for that submission. I'm going to go with Erin Blanchfield winning by sub or decision in this one here, man.
I think she will get taken down though, but I think she will but I do think her takedown defense overall will be a little better than some people may expect here. It's a big moment for her. She's been preparing for these takedowns.
She's also going to have a 3-inch reach advantage, Erin Blanchfield. Just want to mention that as well there. It should be a good fight, but the fact that Erin Blanchfield has gone 5 rounds, we've seen her go 5 rounds a few times compared to Macy Barber never going 5 rounds. I think that's going to be something to watch there, where Macy Barber might get tired after the 2nd or 3rd round. So
I don't think it was a few times, was it?
Yeah. She went against Manon Fiorot, and I think against Thug Rose, went 5 rounds. I think that was
yeah, I think you're right, actually. Yeah, against Thug Rose.
So there you have it, folks.
That was such an uneventful fight. I kind of forgot it went 5 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. So there you have it. Our early predictions for the main card and breakdowns. Please, guys, like and subscribe. We love you guys, man. It's been we appreciate you guys. The comments, also the subscriptions, man. It helps us out a lot. And I can't wait to talk to you guys on Friday for our final thoughts and face-offs and our bets. Yeah. Peace out, folks. KAMMA. Let's go.